inner child healing and why people
Mm.
require it.
Imagine a tree. A tree has many fruits and leaves. If you consider the fruits of a tree, these fruits are different areas of our life. Whenever we have difficulties, problems, struggles, challenges with any area of our life, whether it's relationship, whether it's career, a dominating boss, whether we have a relationship where we are not getting along, the first thought that we get when something goes wrong is, let me switch my career, let me switch my job, or let me break up with this particular partner. I don't want to speak, or I don't want people around me. I don't want these people. And it mostly happens in relationships, and we tend to move from one job to another, another job to another when we do not have a good boss. But what happens is we keep on repeating the same pattern in every job that we switch, every relationship that we switch. That's the reason we feel that people are bad. We generalize because we feel that everything is external. If that fruit, right, that fruit that I was talking about, हम सोचते हैं वो fruit ही निकाल के मैं फेंक देती हूँ, right? That's what human tendency is. But what we do not understand is if the fruits are not right, if the fruits are not good, the problem is in the roots, right? Because we all know the stronger the foundation, the healthier the fruits and the leaves would be. And where does our foundation come from as a human?
Childhood.
Absolutely. Our foundation comes from our childhood, and whatever we have learned as a child, it gets repeated as an adult. We keep on repeating because we live life by pattern, right? We all live life by pattern. And that's the biggest challenge today, that 95% people are not even aware about their patterns. They're not even aware that they have this pattern since childhood. They've collected this pattern since childhood. And why did we collect those patterns from childhood? Because from 0 to 12, the child is 100% subconscious. They do not have a filtration method. They do not have any conscious mind that is to be developed. The technical term is neocortex. The neocortex is not even developed yet. And whatever the child learns from 0 to 12, the same pattern keeps on repeating throughout our life. There might be some wounds, there might be some traumas that a child might go through. And I have so many students of my own who have gone through even sexual abuse as a child. And it becomes a very sensitive topic, a very sensitive, space where the adult, most of the times, when we grow up, we just deny that part of us. We just deny that we have gone through anything of that sort. And trauma, when I say, people feel that, you have to go through a lot of trouble, lot of challenges in order to consider it as a trauma. But every single person's definition of trauma is different. And that's the reason we do not judge in this entire process. And that's where, why is that inner child term? Is because that child within us, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 11-year-old, that child did not get that opportunity to grow. And that child is stuck there. And that's the reason we call it as inner child. Now, this inner child term is coined by a famous psychologist, Carl Jung. Every single person on this planet Earth has inner child wounds. And when we say inner child wounds, every single person has a different definition of wounds, different definition of conditioning and traumas. So that's where we create a very safe space inside the community as well, that there's no judgment as such. Because for a person who might have gone through a lot of beatings as a child, for me as a child, I was beaten up a lot. But when I grew up as a teenager, I discounted my own feelings. I discounted saying हर कोई तो मार खा के बड़ा होता है, उसमें कौन सी बड़ी चीज है. But my body remembered. My body remembered, and that exact same thing I was able to replicate in my daughter. That is where, it intrigued me to learn more about this inner child and inner child healing. Now, inner child healing is nothing but you going back and really embracing yourself, allowing yourself to feel, because we have this mechanism now, coping mechanism, that we don't allow ourselves to feel. And that is where most people are stuck, They're not able to go ahead. They're not able to lead a significant life. And when I say significant life, it's a life beyond success. Success to theek hai. Gadi, bangla, job, all of that is going to come if you work hard and all of that. But what is significant life? When we are actually creating an impact in this world, when we are on our journey of creating legacy, people don't realize that you don't have to conform to these rules and regulations that the government or overall has been implied on us. We can create our own destiny. That's where inner child healing is like the foundation. Every single person on this planet Earth requires inner child healing. And this is not me who's saying. There's been a lot of research, a lot of study that has been conducted that, the wars, cruelty that is happening is because of inner child wounds. And that is where, the work that I do, inner child healing and helping adults heal from their past traumas so that we can heal from the past, embrace our present, and empower our future.